So we've all seen the ads on the internet for watch brands claiming that they are selling you luxury watches for thousands of dollars less. They cut out the middleman, they do all this other BS, and they make tons of claims about their watches and how great they are. Today we're actually going to talk about a brand that does just that without making any of those claims. It's a brand that you guys know and love, and you guys know I love them. It's Zelos. They make incredible watches. They really do actually sell direct to the customer, and they cut out the middleman. They give you a luxury watch at non-luxury prices. So let's flip the camera and take a look at their latest offering, the Hammerhead in bronze. So today we have Zelos on the channel. I always bring up Zelos in all of my reviews when I'm doing micro brand reviews because they are sort of the benchmark for all micro brands in my opinion. They've been around a long time. They make a very high quality watch. They stand behind their product. They're constantly improving. They improve not only the watch, but they improve the packaging, the straps, everything that goes along with the watch as well. That's not a bad thing. And they offer all of that at a very good price, and you're getting very good quality on their lower end or more affordable watches, and they also make higher end watches now that are in the $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 range, and those are pretty amazing as well. So the packaging here is just a 4-slot watch box. You have 3 slots for watches, 1 slot for straps, tools, whatever you want to put in there. This is the Hammerhead that they've sent over. This is the bronze version, so the Hammerhead that got all of those upgrades. One of the best Zelos that I have reviewed on my channel, and I constantly say that. This is a really beautiful bronze watch. And the Hammerhead in particular, back when I reviewed it, I think it was in 2020 or 2021, I don't remember. I thought that was a really big improvement over the previous version. They'd made a lot of changes to the watch, and it was just really, they made it thinner, just really a nice watch with a very distinctive design. And I actually have one on my wrist today. That is the one that I reviewed. It's the stainless steel version with that black, brown, gray fume dial, the ceramic bezel insert, which is loomed on the incredible H-Link bracelet. One of the chunkiest bracelets with that quick adjustment on the fly, micro adjustment on there. Just an incredible watch. And the bronze version carries all of that quality, all of that design over into a package that is obviously made out of bronze. So this gets a bronze insert, and it gets lume on that insert. So it's a little bit darker than the rest of the case. I don't know what they did, but the bronze insert is a little bit darker than the bezel and the case. So there's a little bit of contrast, which I really love. And then you have this aquamarine color in the bezel and then on the second hand. But you have a mother of pearl dial, so you're also getting blue, purple, green, lots of different colors in that dial. Applied indices, those are filled with lume and really filled with lume. Lume on this watch is very, very good. The indices sort of cross over into the minute track, which is also loomed. That's in white. You have sort of black little hashes on that minute track. It just has the logo there at the 12 o'clock. That's applied. The date at 6 o'clock is in a black color, so the actual background for the date is in black. It replaces the index at 6 o'clock, and above that it just says the depth rating, 300 meters on this watch, and then Hammerhead. That's the name of this watch. Again, that's in that sort of aquamarine color, which looks really very, very good on this watch. You also get a lume crown, big crown, very smooth action on this crown. You have an NH35 inside, so automatic, Japanese Seiko movement inside, hacks, hand winds, just a very smooth action on this crown. I'm very impressed with the action on this crown. It's very similar to the watch that I have on, but usually bronze is a little bit different from stainless steel, and this is not at all. It really does feel very, very nice. The case back, also stainless steel. You have a Hammerhead shark on here. Everything is smooth as butter. Feels very, very nice. Gives you a little spec sheet around the case back, and then you have little drilled areas for unscrewing the case back. Bronze case, obviously a very heavy piece of metal. You have nice finishing on here, so there's brushing on the top, then you have sort of a satin finish that goes along the top or edge of the case here, and then you have brushing again, but there are no sharp edges. All of the edges have been really finished nicely, so everything is very smooth. There's no rough edges. You have a big, nice, chunky custom buckle on here, which I have to say is beautiful. Really, they do a very good job. It's a big tang buckle. It feels like a very well-made piece of metal. And then you have a really nice sort of iso frame looking strap, and you have Zelos sign right there. It's big, it's slotted, very nice. Everything about this watch is just really nice. Now, it's a 44 millimeter watch, but it does not wear like a 44 millimeter watch. And that's because it's 40 millimeters, 44 millimeters, excuse me, spot on. You have a very short lug to lug. Considering such a chunky watch, it's actually pretty good at 40, I think it's around 48 millimeters, 48.9, so that's what that is. You don't get molded end links or anything like that, so the lug to lug is a real true lug to lug. You have a very big crown on here, 7 millimeters, which is excellent, 300 meters of water resistance, 14.7 millimeters. You do get a double domed sapphire crystal with AR coating, so obviously very good there as well. Adds thickness to the watch, so without that, it's probably in the neighborhood of 13 millimeters thick. 13 millimeters thick for a 300 meter dive watch is pretty good. And then of course you get C3, X1, and BGW9 on this watch. You have the crown that's loomed as well. I believe that's BGW9, and there's a mixture of C3, X1 on the dial. $396 or $69. I think it's $369 for this watch. An excellent, excellent price for what you are getting. The package in general, under $400, is a killer price. Now, I mentioned I have the stainless steel version on my wrist. It's essentially the same setup as this watch, as the bronze watch. I'm just going to put them side by side so you can see what I'm talking about. This is cool. These are very good looking watches, and they're really well made. So you have these big sort of fence post hands on here as well. Those are very liberally applied with lume. Zelos, again, always do a really good job with lume. Now let's do a quick bezel action check, and the bezel action on here is excellent as well. Bronze usually have good bezel action, but let's listen. Super audible, loud, beautiful clicks, and everything lines up perfectly. And then the hammerhead in stainless steel, it's basically the same. I have very dry hands. It is not a problem for me to grip this at all. Feels very nice. I love this watch. This is a great everyday sort of dive watch. It's a watch that's really made like a tank, and you could wear this and do anything with it, and it doesn't wear big on your wrist. So let me show you the bronze on my wrist very quickly. You can see what I'm saying. It does not wear large. It feels heavy, I'm not gonna lie. It is a heavy watch though. But the lug to lug, because of the lug to lug, even though it's 44 millimeters, it does not wear like a 44 millimeter watch. And there you go. It wears like a 42, maybe a 43 millimeter. I'm not saying it wears much smaller than its dimensions, but it definitely wears smaller. And it is thinner, so they've made this thinner than the previous versions of the Hammerhead. Not this version, obviously. This was the version that they made thinner initially. So this keeps that tradition and looks excellent on my 7.5 inch wrist. This is a killer watch. I love wearing Zelos when I go on vacation because they look really good and they are just a versatile watch. You know, especially the new Spearfish, which is my favorite Zelos of all time. It used to be the Hammerhead, but when they came out with that watch, it was pretty incredible. Also, I mean, you know, the Swordfish as well, Swordfish 40, an excellent watch as well. So those are probably my 3 favorites from Zelos. Anyway, very quickly, let's do a lume shot. I'll even lume up the stainless steel version so you guys could see what that looks like. And then we'll wrap up the video. $369, obviously, for this watch. I'm not even sure if these are still available, but what an incredible watch for that price. Bronze, good looking, you know, that beautiful dial. I mean, there's a lot going on here that makes this a pretty special watch. Very quickly, let's do a lume shot. Well, there's really not much to say here. Lume, always really good with Zelos. You can see this is the stainless steel version. This is the bronze version, basically exactly the same. You have a Lume crown on both. The Lume crown on the bronze version. Really beautiful combination of lume here. The bezel, very heavily lumed. That chapter ring, or the minute track, excuse me, is very lumed. All the indices are lumed. The hands are very liberally lumed. Zelos, or Zelos, however you want to pronounce it, do a great job with lume. I actually had a conversation with Elshan about the pronunciation of the brand. He really doesn't care either way, Zelos or Zelos. And I know there are a bunch of people in the comments who sort of get a little angry when I call it Zelos. And I've been calling it Zelos for years, and then I started calling it Zelos because I thought that was the pronunciation. I'm not sure. He kind of doesn't care either way. So Zelos, Zelos, whatever you want to say, I think it doesn't bother Elshan at all. There you go. Really, just a beautiful watch for the price, under $400, well under $400, and you get a lot of watch for that. You get a nice packaging with that as well. So very, very cool. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog, all one word. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.